Alright, mga kabsat, nako po. Parang di abogado si Marcoleta. Bakit naman, attorney? Nako po, patagal ng patagal ang kaso ni Duterte. Nako po, oy, Duterte. At payaman ng payaman naman si Kaufman. Yun lang. Habang tumatagal, syempre monthly yung bayad. Mas gusto niya yan. Sigurado. Ay, grabe mga kakabsat. Ito mukhang maganda to, no? May warrant na si Bato mula sa ICC. Ano ang susunod na hakbang? Ito maganda pa rin to. With Attorney Conti. Ito maganda to. Attorney Conti. Bato, paano yan? Pag nagsalita si Trillanes, Attorney Conti, nako, nagkakatotoo. Okay, Attorney Conti, ikaw na bahala dyan. Pinapakaba mo naman si Bato eh. Agoy. O sige, here we go. Bilisan natin to para matapos ka agad.
The others could come later, and then pwede silang sama-sama in one warrant of arrest. It could also mean that they will be part of, yung magkasama sa warrant could also be part of one case.
Shucks, magkakasama silang lahat, pero syempre mauna si Bato.
Medyo iba dito sa ICC. Pero let's see how things will develop. Pero sabi nila, ewan ko kung magiging ano tayo, kakaiba. Sabi po nila sa ICC, up to 6 persons are arrested in a situation. So, ang tawag sa investigation sa Pilipinas, situation. So, war on drugs.
No!
May isang nahuli na, may 8 pang iba na parang co-conspirator. Di siya yan. Di parang yung mga tao, would this be the first time or would this be the biggest haul, kumbaga, sa ICC? At on the other hand naman, if you were to think logistically, the ICC has 22, a space for 22 detainees, parang 22 cells. 6 pa lang sila doon yun. So, 16 pa.
May 16 pa na bakante.
Whichever way you look at it, ready and welcome si Bato de la Rosa sa ICC.
Enzo Recto,
welcome na welcome.
At kasinungalingan, nakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Attorney Conti, huwag ganyan. Masasaktan yung mga kadidis.
Okay. So it's good news, is it?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. From your many interviews, no, I gather there are different ways to be liable sa ilalim ng Rome Statute. So si dating Pangulong Duterte, it's more of a, for lack of a better term, yung mastermind, di ba? Mm-hmm. He doesn't commit the crime. I mean, he doesn't commit murder directly, pero meron siyang network na ginagamit. I imagine iba yung basis ng arrest kay Senator De La Rosa?
Yes po. So, technically, the ICC used a very generic term, which is Duterte is an indirect co-perpetrator. So, the fact that he did not pull the trigger means he's not the direct perpetrator. Pero on the other hand, the term co-perpetrator is so generic, parang pwedeng co-mastermind, pwedeng co-conspirator, ganun yung pananaw ng iba eh. Sa Pilipinas siguro, if we were to put in the nuances further, conspiracy ba yan? Paano ba yan? Dito po sa ICC, they could, at the point of issuance of a warrant of arrest, evade that pa. All they need to say is that this person is among those who are most responsible for crimes against humanity. So in the warrant, they don't even need to say that Bato de la Rosa is responsible for so many killings, for this and that. All they have to point out is that he was one of those who was instrumental or important in the implementation of the policy. Yung mga details po, nakita natin kay Duterte, nilabas pa later. Hinuli siya ng March, nirelease yung tinatawag na document containing the charges in July.
Right.
Yung binabanggit natin kaya medyo parang may alam na tayo kay Bato kasi nagbanggitan na rin doon. Kung co-perpetrator si Duterte, sabi sa confirmation sa document containing the charges, ito yung parang information nila. Pero mahaba, parang 20 pages mahigit. It's also accompanied by a brief. So the pre-confirmation brief, taken together, these 2 documents, kind of say that as a co-perpetrator, Duterte was assisted by 8 others.
Okay.
So kaya naman redacted. Yun lang. Pero dun sa isang redacted portion, parang maaninag mo, bato na bato ito.
Okay. But if found guilty, would you know kung pare-pareho yung penalty na in these cases since iba-iba yung, or is it the same because they're co-perpetrators?
Sabi nila, it could be different. Kasi technically, the case against Duterte and the possible or upcoming case against Bato will be separate. Hindi sila parehong-pareho on all fours, pareho sila ng facts. Pero, if Duterte was only indicted for killings, yun nga yung isang tanong namin, bakit yung scope ng crimes against humanity ni Duterte, patayan lang? Bakit hindi yung pagkulong din? At dito na pumapasok si Bato. Sino ba kasi yung nag-order or sino ang nag-implement ng pagkulong? More than 300,000 were arrested during the war on drugs. Di ba? Police. Ayun na. And it could happen because that's the history of the ICC.
Okay. So parang yun. So it's to be different iba yung acts for which he will be tried. Tama?
Yes. Mukhang. Ganun ang lalabas ha.
Alright. Isa pang question in my mind is, bakit in-announce ngayon? Which is not, di ba, the same thing that happened before kay Duterte, it was secret. Nagulat namin, di ba? I mean, there was talking, was trying to avoid it, nahuli siya. But bakit iba yung ngayon style?
Well, I don't know, number one, if even Remulla is authorized to disclose this kind of information. So, hindi ko po masigurado yon na, kumbaga, dapat ba niyang sabihin talaga. Pero kung sabihin na natin na talagang kalkulado yung pagsabi nito, siguro padagdag ito dun sa, hindi nga namumuo pero dun sa pag-aaway ng mga paksyon, Duterte versus the Marcoses, tapos pagpapainit ng sitwasyon dito sa Pilipinas. At maiipit dito, yung isa pang institution, na ipit na sa ICI, di ba, Senate, ipit yan sa ICI ngayon. Iipitin na ngayon siya ng ICC because the natural tendency is to believe what Bato before said, and then the then Senate President said, that the Senate will shelter or give temporary refuge to Bato if a warrant of arrest is issued. Kaya medyo, naku. On the other hand, kung hindi ito authorized, kasi why the ombudsman? Why him of all people? Why not the executive? It should have been, if Remulla was the DOJ secretary, medyo mas mabigat para sa akin yun, kasi he would have been one of the first ones to see that warrant of arrest. Pero in this case, kung sakaling unauthorized yun, then I would say it was unwise. Because even if Bato has already an idea that he will come up next, yung tanong na lang kailan? Naku, baka nag-e-empake na po yan ngayon. Naku, pinakaiiwasan pa naman natin yan na may makalusot o makatakas.
Naku, tatakas na
yata. He's ready to face the charges and he hopes payagan siyang alagaan si dating Presidente Duterte.
May ganun ba? Hindi ko
ngayon lang.
Alagaan niya si Duterte.
Okay po kami dyan. Tapos, in fact, kung ganun din naman pala yung argument, sama niya na si Senator Bongo, na lagi daw kasama sa mga medical check-up ni Duterte noon. Sama na rin natin pwede ba, may plus one, si Senator Robin Padilla.
Ay, gusto rin niya.
Gusto lang din yung basis. Pero if I were ba to, sinabi ko na nga po ito noon sisimulan ko na itong process na to, para tapos na. I think it's that kind of person naman na to take things grip things by the root, tapos talagang i-uproot niya, matapos na to. Kaya, if I were him, kung type may warrant o wala, magsasabit na ako sa jurisdiction ng court.
Right.
Magkusa na.
Ano sa sheltering ng Senate? If it happens.
If it happens, it would have to depend also if the accused or the subject of the warrant of arrest has a pending or existing challenge. Kasi kung hindi naman po siyang maharap sa korte, tapos natago na lang sa ilalim ng saya ng Senate President or sa opisina ng Senado, talagang takas yun. Pero
takas talaga yun. So, pag tumakas siya sa warrant of arrest, attorney, anong pwedeng itawag sa kanya? Pag tinatakasan yung warrant, di parang Harry Roque, puganti na din. Hala! Malapit-lapit ka nang matawag ba? Bato! Anak ko po! Sige tuloy.
Kung, imagine ko pa, kung meron siyang final sa ICC at sinabing hindi dapat i-issue itong warrant of arrest. Kung sa atin parang either motion to quash, motion to dismiss, yung he engages with the court, then maybe for a limited period, he could be protected. Pero kung sasabihin niya lang, yung ICC, bahala sila sa buhay nila, hindi ko yan kilala, okay naman yun masyado. So, the Senate has to check what is his engagement with the ICC.
Yes. Baka kasi he's thinking na may immunity from arrest, no? But
wala.
Meron niya not for crimes more than 6 years yung penalty, crimes against humanity to. So, plus, ibang legal regime yung nag-a-apply. I don't think ang jurisprudence natin will help him against yung sa ICC and the Rome Statute. No? So, sana hindi niya gawin.
Oo, at saka technically po, even presidents, sa atin may presidential immunity Even presidents are not recognized as immune from arrest under the Rome Statute. It's, as you said, it's entirely a different legal regime.
Okay. Kasi yung reaction ng mga audience natin na tatakbo daw yan
Oo nga, naku. Pakatok naman po sa mga kapitbahay. Ano ba pwede, balandahan?
And if he does run, fugitive siya.
Yes, ayan, an international fugitive from justice, kung sakaling may warrant of arrest na nga. And I would imagine him going to a non-member state, trying to evade responsibility. Kasi, kumbaga, if you go to a non-member state, na totally never naging member, kasi yung Pilipinas naging. Yun nga yung question dun sa jurisdiction challenge ni Duterte. Naging, pero hindi na ngayon. Sabi ng ICC, naging pa rin, naging member ka. Kaya, may obligasyon ka kahit paano. So, medyo, tagilid na siya doon. If he stays in the Philippines is compelled to cooperate. Maybe he will go to a member state. Naku, baka magka-idea. To a member state which was never a member of the ICC. Ang second problem niya, Interpol.
And it's very efficient naman, di ba?
Yes, kasi po yung warrant of arrest, which I might emphasize, is an international warrant of arrest, not a foreign warrant of arrest. Medyo may kaibahan yun, no? Sabi ko nga kung sa basketball, parang FIBA versus NBA. Ang nag-issue ng warrant FIBA, hindi NBA. Yung NBA, wala akong pakialam dyan, kahit na sinasamba natin yung mga basketball players niyan. Pero kung FIBA, may otoridad sila sa Pilipinas, especially naging member tayo.
Okay. And how do you see the process ng pag-aresto sa kanya? Does this fall under extradition or...
I would say no. Marami akong nakikita nagtatanong, pero sabi ko nga, Hindi ako magko-comment kung una kasi hindi. Extradition is a process between two states. In this
Pag extradition, process between state to state. Hindi naman state yung ICC.
case, it's between a supranational organization, parang kumbaga FIBA, international organization, ang humihingi kung saan member tayo, versus a foreign state. Kung foreign yan, edi US, o kaya China, o kaya Japan. O, volleyball naman tayo, di ba? Marami tayong mga Pilipino nasa volleyball dito. So, the difference of a foreign and international state is hugely different. Pag foreign state ang nanghihingi ng pag-surrender, extradition. Sa ICC, as an international institution, sabi niya, sa rules niya, ang tawag ay, they will request for arrest and surrender.
Ay, nako po. Arrest and surrender lang, hindi extradition. Paktay kayo.
So, surrender technically yung term in lieu of extradition.
So, ideally, he just turns himself in.
Most popular AI apps use these effects.
Problema talaga si Bato dito. Nako po, mauulit kung anong nangyari kay Digo, kung mangyayari din kay Bato.
Well, yes, na parang he walks into the ICC detention facility, hi, do I have a warrant?
I agree with you. I don't think he'll put up a fight na I think the time for drama is over. And I hope I'm right, Diba?
Yeah, and he wasn't the one who said, sorry, pero it might trigger warning. He wasn't the one who said, kapag dumating yan, hindi ako pahuhuli ng buhay.
Yeah.
That was Duterte.
Mm.
Yan, nalala natin, parang ganun yung banta niya eh. Nung time na yun, nandun pa siya sa Davao. It turns out, well, in a sense, things went non-violently. For Bato, he's been consistent na, ba yan? Basta haharapin ko yan. So hopefully, without any tip from him about being violent, na manlalaban siya, maluwalhati at mas maayos ang magiging pag-aresto at surrender sa kanya.
Baka
Agree.
na manlaban.
Wala na sana yung manlaban. Although, siya yung nakaisip nun. Sabi, pero siya nga nakaisip noon. Siya yung dating sinasabi nag-uusap daw sila ni Sara Duterte. Parang paano nga ba itong mga patayan sa Davao? Davao chief pa siya noon. Gusto kasi ni Sara daw, huwag niyo na kasing patayin in the manner of nanlaban. Ang gawin nyo, kunin nyo, patayin nyo somewhere na walang nakakakita, tapos ilibing nyo. Para yung police report, missing person. Hindi homicide. Siguro si Bato.
Legal advice.
O, di ba? Pero, syempre si Bato, sayang yung accomplishment report. Di ba? Na parang nakapatay ka ng drug suspect or so forth. And you could see that nung na-implement nationwide yung war on drugs, may mga eras, parang gano'n.
Yeah.
May era na nanlaban ang mga drug suspect. Later on, may era na may nawawala. Tapos may era na hindi drug related yung kaso. Ang hinahabol daw nila ay maglalaka, hold upper, ganyan. Pero nung natagpuan, may drugs sa bulsa. So, nagiging drug related arrest para makuha yung reward, pero hindi mag-appear sa records as a drug operation. So, hindi kaawayin ng publiko. So, may ganong sistema din kaming nakita.
Okay. So, mga 2 more questions. No? So, you expect mga 7 more warrants to come out? Then,
yes, or even, ang possible daw kasi joint. Actually, kay Bato nga, akala namin, he would have been charged along with Albayalde. Kasi medyo pareho sila ng premise eh. Kaya lang, there's one thing different, one big glaring thing different between Albayalde and Bato. It's the Davao connection.
Explain, please.
Si Bato talaga was chief of Davao, talagang sanggang dikit ni Duterte, magkabilaan ng parehong barya, di ba? Yung heads and tails of the same coin. Kaya, mas, kumbaga, para sa ICC, mas may kasalanan doon, mas may ebidensya na laban kay Bato. The others could come later, and then pwede silang sama-sama in one warrant of arrest. It could also mean that they will be part of, yung magkasama sa warrant could also be part of one case. Medyo iba dito sa ICC. Pero let's see how things will develop. Pero sabi nila, ewan ko kung magiging ano tayo, kakaiba. Sabi po nila sa ICC, up to 6 persons are arrested in a situation. So, ang tawag sa investigation sa Pilipinas, situation. So, war on drugs. Up to 6. May isang nahuli na, may 8 pang iba na parang co-conspirator. Di siyam yan. Di parang yung mga tao, would this be the first time or would this be the biggest haul, kumbaga, sa ICC? At on the other hand naman, if you were to think logistically, the ICC has a space for 22 detainees, parang 22 cells. 6 pa lang sila doon ngayon. So, 16 pa. Kaya, kumbaga, whichever way you look at it, ready and welcome na welcome si Senator De La Rosa sa ICC.
Okay. Can we expect Senator De La Rosa to apply yung same tactics na so far na-apply ni President Duterte? Will he challenge yung jurisdiction? Can he still challenge yung application or ng jurisdiction? Should exercise ng jurisdiction? All these things.
Well, yes. Hindi ko masabing saksamang palad. Pero sa ICC, malaki ang premium nila sa due process at sino mga akusado may karapatan pa rin na i-raise yung issue ng jurisdiction. Kaya lang, kapag ni-raise niya yun, pwede siyang balikan agad na or mas bibilis yung desisyon. Kasi, nakasadahan na namin yan before. Kasi yung concept na parang stare decisis, it's the same facts, it's the same law. Ano ba naman ang ano dyan? naging member ang Pilipinas, umalis ang Pilipinas, ito ang batas. Same everything. The ICC could refer to its previous decision unless Bato de la Rosa raises a different angle or a different fact na hindi pala siya Pilipino or I don't know, may passport na iba.
Okay. I imagine pati yung fitness to stand trial gagamitin din yan.
Pwede. Kasi kumbaga, nasa 1, 2, 3 checklist. Ito naman tayo. Siguro iba yung sa kanya. And I'm excited to see kasi yung kay Duterte medyo may okay, age-related. Yung kay Bato, ano kaya? Yung previous kasi PTSD, yun yung isang na-check. Tsaka,
Attorney, malakas yan si Bato. Kayang-kaya niya. Fit na fit yan. Laki-laki ng katawan, no?
ito, hindi applicable kay Bato, pero it was also unsuccessful. But a former child soldier said, I became the head of the child soldiers group and kumbaga perpetrated so many crimes because I used to be myself a child soldier and so I was mentally incapacitated. Ewan ko kung gagamitin ni Bato yun na nauto ako eh. Na-brainwash ako.
Na-brainwash ka ni Digong?
Okay. Actually, that's all I have for now. No? Tinitingnan ko yung mga comments. Parang nasagot mo naman lahat ng mga tanong. So maraming salamat. But I think you confirmed your guesting on Monday night.
Yes po, sige.
Okay. So,
tingnan natin kung may development kasi ako abangan ko.
Ay, bukas. Kung may development bukas, paktay kayo.
Tsaka inabangan ko po yung statement yung dalawang nabanggit kong senador.
Si Robin tsaka si Bongo.
Si Bongo at saka si Robin. Kasi kung paalis na rin si Bato, sama na rin sila.
Isama nyo na.
Parang walang basis to hold Robin, no?
Oo nga, kaya lang, gusto niya talaga. Di ba pumunta pa siya doon? But then the ICC does not accept visitors, technically, na visitors na friends. So, kailangan niyang umamin na naging bahagi siya ng War on Drugs. Para makita ang kanyang matalik na kaibigan o tawag niya dyan kay tatay niya or whatever.
Ang tawag dyan, kahit sunugin si attorney, mangangamoy Duterte siya. Dako po, mabibwisit si Bato dito pag narinig niya si attorney Conti na ganitong sinasabi. Naspak manan. Diba, Marilyn Valencia, pag sa ICC si Bato, siya muna ang magpapainom ng gamot ni Digong at magmemedyas kasi wala pa si Bongoloid. Reka po. Sablay. Klako po. Marami pa. 16, kaya nga 16 units pa. Kasya pa sila dun. Puro Pilipino lang nandun. Mag-isang topic pa tayo, Amsat, Mag-isa pa tayo.